Hi, my name is Kerry, and my Mod 5 project is called Projekt Camp. It is an interactive camping road trip planner for people who like to camp and road trip. When we get to the landing page, we're prompted with a login page utilizing JWT authorization. We're going to click on this link below the login button to create a new account. After we fill in our username and password, we're given a window asking to fill out our address. When you start filling out your address, options pop up that you can click on to autofill the rest of your address. This was created using a location finder API. If you click on continue, it will take you to the main user interface. Here we see a map rendered on the screen with a number of icons overlaid on it. The green tent icons represent federal land campsites pulled from a US government API. There's thousands of campsites included on this API, and when the map initially renders, it just randomly loads 50 campsites from the API across the US. When you hover your mouse pointer over one of the icons, a pop-up appears that shows the name of the feature. We also see an orange house icon here that represents our home address we input upon signing up. This map is also interactive, so you can click and drag on the screen to change locations, and you can also use the scroll wheel to zoom. When you move around the screen, additional campsites are rendered with relation to the position of the map view. All federal campsites within a 20-mile radius of the center of the map view are pulled and rendered from the API. If we click on any one of these campsites, a panel pops up giving us information about the facility. In the title bar, we have the name of the campground, the latitude, and the longitude. Below that, we also have the description that was provided from the database, as well as some contact information if that's available. On the bottom of the detail panel, we also have a section that shows the current weather conditions of the location, and we also have a 7-day forecast displayed so you can plan your trips around that. If we look towards the top left of the display, we also have a search bar located there. Here we can type in a location that we want to go to and look for camping sites near there. If we take our attention to the nav bar at the top of the display, on the right we have a user icon. If we click on that, it gives us a drop-down with options to change our home address or log out. To the left of that, we have another drop-down button that gives us the option to change the appearance of the map. And to the left of that is the trips drop-down. If we go to the second option, My Trips, a window pops up showing that we have no trips at the moment since we're a new user. So let's go back to the drop-down and create a new trip. We're then given a form to input a title and description for the trip. We can fill that out and submit it. Now we see our new trip in our personal trip list. We can click on it and a trip editor window pops up. Here we can add locations and plan out a road trip. Locations are added to the list, and when we click the Save button, the route is shown, and we also updated the database. Our trip locations are highlighted in orange. At the top of the panel, there's a menu button that opens a drop-down that gives us an option to set our trip to public or delete it. When our trips are set to public, they are able to be viewed and downloaded by other users' accounts. So if we go back to the trips drop-down in the nav bar and click on Browse Trips, a panel pops up that shows all of the public trips other users have posted. If we hover over the trips in the list, the routes and campsites are displayed on the map. And if we click on one of the list items, we get more details about the trip, and the trip locations are also displayed. If we like this trip, we can copy and download it to the user's trip list by clicking on this Add button. When we add, the trip is copied to the user's personal trip list, and the home address is also added to the start and finish point by default. Now, from here, if a user wants, they can go and modify this trip as well. And that's Projekt Camp. Thanks for watching.